Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about a major discovery made by the police in Cape Town that has shocked many people in the community. Authorities uncovered a stash of illegal firearms and ammunition hidden inside a residential apartment, and according to reports, there were no less than 19 illegal guns found, along with a large supply of ammo. Please stay with me until the end of this video so you can hear all the details and also see the sources of this news to try and verify it for yourself. Before we get into it, let me remind you to subscribe to the channel if you have not already. By subscribing you help us keep growing and you also make sure you do not miss important updates about crime, safety, and community issues in South Africa. Now let's get into this one. So here is what happened. The Cape Town police conducted an operation in a residential block after receiving intelligence about suspicious activities taking place inside one of the apartments. According to officials, they had reason to believe that the property was being used as a storage site for firearms that were not legally registered. When police entered the unit, they were stunned by what they found. Lying there were 19 illegal guns of various makes and calibers, together with boxes of ammunition ready for use. It was not just one or two pistols hidden under a bed. This was an entire mini arsenal, and the discovery has left many people asking questions about who was behind it and what the weapons were being stored for. Police said they are still investigating, but the suspicion is that these guns were meant for organized crime. Cape Town has long battled with violent gangs, and firearms are often the weapon of choice in turf wars, robberies, and even contract killings. Finding so many weapons in a single apartment makes it very clear that someone was planning something big or supplying weapons to criminal groups. 19 guns is not something one person just keeps around casually. This is an amount that points directly to trafficking and organized networks. Neighbors living in the building expressed shock after hearing the news. Some said they had suspected strange activities because people were seen coming and going at odd hours, but they never imagined there were illegal guns stored right next door. Others admitted they did not notice anything unusual, which is even scarier, because it shows how such dangerous things can be happening under our noses without us realizing. For many Cape Town residents, this discovery has reinforced the feeling that crime is not just something happening in distant neighborhoods. It could be sitting right in the flat next door. Authorities explain that the guns will now undergo ballistic testing to see if they were used in any previous crimes. In South Africa, ballistic tests are crucial because they can link a recovered firearm to unsolved cases. A single gun can sometimes be linked to multiple shootings or robberies. If these 19 weapons are connected to past crimes, then this bust could end up solving more cases than anyone expects. Another concern raised by police is how these weapons got into the country in the first place. South Africa has strict laws about gun ownership, and legal firearms must be licensed. But the black market for illegal guns is thriving, with weapons being smuggled across borders or stolen from private owners and police armories. The fact that so many firearms were found together suggests that there is a network operating, moving weapons around and placing them where criminals can access them easily. For ordinary South Africans, this news once again highlights the importance of strong policing and intelligence work. If it was not for the tip-off and the operation, those 19 guns might still be in circulation, waiting to be used in robberies, hijackings, or worse. It is a chilling thought, but it also shows that when police act quickly and decisively, lives can be saved. Every illegal gun taken off the street is one less tool for criminals to use against innocent people. The discovery has also sparked debate about safety in residential areas. Some residents are now asking whether landlords and property managers should be more vigilant about who they rent to. Others worry that ordinary tenants will start being unfairly suspected just because they live in certain buildings. It is a difficult balance, Because while people want safer communities, nobody wants to feel like they are being policed in their own homes. Another important angle is how this ties into the bigger fight against gangs in Cape Town. Police officials have said repeatedly that gangs fuel much of the city's violent crime, and firearms are at the center of that problem. The discovery of this stash might have dealt a blow to one of those networks, but the concern remains that there could be many more hidden storage sites across the city. Taking 19 guns off the street is a big step, but it is just a small part of a much bigger battle. On social media, reactions were strong. Some people praised the police for doing good work and urged them to keep up the pressure on criminals. Others pointed out that for every stash that is discovered, there are likely many more that go undetected. People also raised the issue of corruption, asking how so many guns keep flowing into communities despite repeated operations. The feeling is that without stronger border controls and tougher punishment for trafficking, the problem will keep coming back. At the same time, many ordinary South Africans are just tired of living in fear. They want to be able to walk to the shop, sit outside their homes, or send their children to school without worrying about getting caught in gang violence. Stories like this remind us how much work still needs to be done to make our communities truly safe. Before I wrap up, let me once again ask you to subscribe to the channel if you have not already. We bring you real updates that matter to South Africans, and your support helps us keep growing. And just to lighten things up a bit at the end, some South Africans joked that whoever owned that stash must have been preparing for World War III, or maybe just planning to start their own action movie. One person even said with 19 guns in a flat, you would expect to see Arnold Schwarzenegger moving in next door. It is a bit of humor, but it shows how South Africans always find a way to laugh even when the news is serious. All images used are for illustration purposes only. Sources: News 24, IOL, Times Live.